All right, so we have a lot of ACs going down right now. We're in the middle of a heat wave, so let's see how many we can get through. Now this one is the one that they were complaining about, but I don't think this is actually the problem. But I do know that there's issues with this one. Okay, it's dry today. Keep an eye on this one. So I was here yesterday. Of course, the back is what they're complaining about. This is the next one. It's working fine, but this one I noticed was off. So their complaint was the back one, right? And I said the next one's working. This is the third one, and there's the fourth one. This one I never felt air coming down, so I wanted to see what was going on with it. Where I stepped. So that blower motor is not coming on. This is also running in the wrong direction. Okay, here's some crackling. You got voltage through the bottom, but you're not getting anything on top. So we also have a contactor that's pitted or shattering, not pulling in correctly. And then coil. Yeah, it's probably stuck because we're not even calling that. Fuck. Yeah, I shut the power off and you can tell it's still half pulled in. Shit. Yeah, that's fucked up. Alright, so that's me getting ahead of myself. So all it is, if you follow it, it's hooked up to the contactor, right? It's feeding all of them. Well, that one contactor is feeding compressor, or is it compressor, outdoor condenser fan motor, and indoor blower motor. So we need to change that out first. Maybe that contact just went bad on us. Oh, I was about to plug blue on. I was entering this model number in the app of theirs. This is a 2017. It's not even that old, and it's not coming up. So I'll see if I can double check, but we're looking, because I don't know if that's original. That's a Hvacr. Because I at some point, we didn't do this one. Like I said, it was new, installed. Someone else does these installations, and it looks like they replaced the compressor at some point, because that is a different dryer, different. I don't think that's factory solder right there, and that doesn't even look like one of our guys doing that. So I'm not sure who that was. Well, the one I had was a 30 and 50 resistant, but I haven't gone to restock, so we're gonna put in the next size over, and then I'll just come back if I have to and put in the correct one. All right, so we're just gonna go wire for wire, put this one in. See, this one's a 30 and 40. We're going up the next size. Yeah, wire for wire, don't get mixed up. Take a picture if you need to, and let's see what works and what doesn't work. Like I said, wire for wire, take your time on these contactors, especially if you're new. And if you're trying to tug and tug and tug and these are not coming out, you know, before you fight yourself on that, just take a flat and then kind of get some leverage and wedge it out. And then if you find any that are too loose, you know, those are recipes for disaster. Just kind of pinch them a little bit. Quick squeeze, and you're good. That way there is, when it goes on snug and then it doesn't come off. Okay, see, I don't know who did this. I cut them off. I wasn't recording, but you know, these are burnt up. So they cut off whatever connector was on there, like a fork connector, to fit it in here. This is not the original or contactor. Now I've done this before, and I mean, there's nothing left of here to show you guys, but I've trimmed down the forks before to get them to fit into different contactors, just to test it or get them by or whatever it is. But if that's a permanent fix for you, you know, just cut it back and then strip this back and have it to where it's like a really good connection. Don't you know, don't half-ass it there. I don't know why they even did that. They didn't have any strippers, or I'm sure they had a knife or something. So we'll put those in with the bare strand. All right, new contactor is mounted and good to go. When did we get a phase error? All right, I'm colorblind. I put that on backwards real quick. I got a phase error. All right, so everything's hooked up, and I just want to make sure that we're getting all the signals over here. Okay, I'm not tripping. I thought I did something wrong. It turned on and everything, but I still had a phase error, so I had to swap the first two. You can swap any of them really, and it'll fix the rotation. So now it's green. I didn't touch that before. I don't know what happened there. Everything else is here is fine. The unit is running, and we are getting 25 volts to that, and nothing comes on. So we have the 230 there and then the 24 volts, but nothing. We'll get them another motor and move on to the next one. All right, so the first one I showed you guys, this is the kitchen. It actually works, right? It was sweating and everything, but as it gets warmer outside, it stops. It's not cooling as good. And then I need to fix or reroute the drain. And it's actually on this side, but it's on the other side, or piped in on the other side. And then, or the drain issue is because, like I said, it's on this side, but it's not draining this way. It's actually draining that way because I don't know what happened, but it is slanted that way now. So we'd have to pick it up quite a bit. All right, remove the fitting on this side. The screws. All right, there was a few more that I didn't remember, or just it's different on the smaller one. I don't know. There's more over here. Jesus Christ. All right. And it keeps on giving. Yeah, but they don't want maintenance. Shit. All right, so this is the PM pack out. I use it all the time, so I took out the pressure washer because we don't need that, and I just put in my expandable hose. We're just gonna do a light maintenance. They're supposed to schedule actual maintenance where we do the coil cleaning in all the units at once. And today we're just gonna rinse off the coil, clean out that drain, clean out the unit as best we can from that gunk. And then I just have to make one more trip because I'm by myself to connect this because the water is on the side of the building. here, just a quick rinse outside in. I know you can see light, but there's probably gonna be a lot of dirt that comes out anyway. And then while that's drying, because it's a micro channel, I don't want to turn it on right away. We'll take care of the drain situation over here. Alright, so we basically just flipped it around so that the piping is out on this side. It's going to work the same. Okay, I guess on most of the, or some of these you can't. I swear I've flipped them before and it fits the same both ways, but this one, the little part that comes out was a little too high and it wouldn't come out, so I just was able to put this in there and then it kind of wedged it and pulled it out. So it works. It's gonna drain better now. But on this one, I guess it's not reversible, or I'm doing something wrong. All right, so I've been playing around with the fit. I probably should have cut this a little higher because I needed it a little elevated, but it's fine. We can strap it there if we need to. So coming out, just trying to clean it up a little bit. So we got the makeshift P-trap. I don't have any on me. And then make sure we flush out the old drain. And as you can see, it's already draining pretty good. And then just connect everything. See, I wanted it to come out. It's a little like that, but that's just me. All right, so we took care of 2 units. Took me a little longer than I wanted to, so I'm gonna take a lunch. Also pick up belts, because another thing when you're working in restaurants, if your makeup air isn't working, you're gonna mess up your cooling. You have exhaust systems that are taking air out of the building, whether that's smoke or whatever, because they're cooking. And makeup airs do exactly what they are named after, is they bring in air that you're taking out with the exhaust. So if those are not working, you're taking out too much air from the building. It could be negative pressure in the building. It could be loss of cooling because your air conditioned space you're pulling out good cold air from. And then makeup air is supposed to be throwing in, you know, outside air to be circulated through the area that they're frying or cooking or whatever it is that they have there. So one of them's not working. The other one has a cracked belt, so they're both not working. So I'm gonna go get those and kind of be done with it. I'm gonna look for that motor. I need to see how old it is and all that stuff, but we'll get that going. And then, like I said, it took me a little longer. We had to clean out that other one, clean out the drain. I didn't expect it to be that nasty. You know, I need to get them to do maintenance, and they're actually going for it now because everything is down, but we're in the middle of a heat wave, so it's kind of hard to do that. And we have a lot of ACs that are going down. So like I said, I'm gonna take a break, grab the belts that I need, and then we'll get on with our day. Found the other ones, or I took one off and the other one was thrown over here, so somebody had seen it. They're in rough shape though. All right guys, so I'm trying to get out. It's after 6. A lot of us tried to get out of our calls a little early, or we got through the day a little quick, and then we just jumped around and tried to help each other out. So I went and checked on a few guys checked on me. We had some walk-ins, but nothing was nothing big. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's only gonna get crazier. June just started, and this heat wave is gonna last at least 2 weeks. And we just picked up a major gas station chain, so I'm gonna have to learn like the icy slurpy kind of stuff. I'm not super familiar with it, but I've worked on margarita machines, ice cream machines, like soft serve ice cream. I've worked on that kind of stuff, so I know a little bit about it. And then we might get to do some bigger stuff because we have some convention centers in town, and one of them is having issues with whoever they were using. They've heard of us, they kind of know who we are, and want us to go take a look at some pretty massive freezers. Probably like I haven't looked at it, but it's probably like we used to do the arenas around here when we started, so we did have one of the arenas, the main one that's here. And then we also had schools, elementary schools and stuff like that, where they have these like massive boxes, right? Stuff that I don't see or I don't show on my channel, because it's like they have several evaporators that are tied together, and then a big door that you have to slide open, and it's huge. Like, that stuff was kind of cool. Very scary and intimidating when I started, but that's the kind of stuff that I got into. And I guess I don't mention that enough, but I always say that I started and I got right into it, and I had to learn on my own because I didn't have anybody there. And the experience, you know, because I'm a contractor, I had to get a couple years experience signed off by another contractor, and that was through an AC guy, so I didn't, or a residential guy, and I didn't get too much of what I actually had to know, which is commercial refrigeration. So that stuff I had to learn on my own. And right away we had, like I said, the major arena here that has the what do you call it, the G League, you know, basketball games, a lot of concerts and stuff like that. We had that account when we started. We had IHOP and Denny's, you know, that was overwhelming. And we had some like schools that it was very hectic when I started, so I had to learn all of that on the fly, and I kind of got away from that. We got into easier work, or what I consider easier work, fast food chains. And it looks like now we're gonna get back into some of that kind of stuff, because we also used to do gas stations, right, out of town and stuff. So now we're doing gas stations again, and we're gonna be doing a convention center. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And it's gonna be busy. We'll see how many videos I get to pump out. It's hot for sure. So I hope you guys are staying covered, staying safe, and see you guys.